What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I'm here to talk about one from Zeitgeist Films, and it is Poison, which is a movie by Todd Haynes. It was his debut feature film. He had made some short films, but this was his first actual, feature-length movie. So this is kind of a odd, very interesting movie. It's three stories that are woven together, just kind of like an anthology, except they're not directly connected, just in theme and tone. One story is about a young boy who kills his father and then, according to his mother, flies out the window. It's told in kind of like a fake documentary style or like a tabloid TV almost kind of way. Then you have a story about these two men who meet in prison and they were actually knew each other when they were younger. One of them has a very severe attraction to the other one and kind of pursues it at much to his own peril, kind of. And it's just kind of feeling out the relationship between these two guys in prison. And then the final story is about a guy who did some sexual research and actually figured out how to isolate like the gene or whatever for like sex drive. Only it causes some problems, and he ends up with like a form of sexual leprosy, which begins to spread, and the public just kind of goes into full blown panic over it. This is a very weird movie. All the stories are very sexual in nature, but there's not actually very much. Well, there is sex, but it's not graphic or gratuitous sex. There's a little bit of nudity, but not very much. There's no bloodshed in it. There's a little bit of violence. There's a very borderline rape scene, but the camera focuses entirely on the facial expressions and reactions of the character. It doesn't focus in on the actual act itself. And again, it's questionable whether or not it is because of the dynamics between the two people that are engaged in it. The theme here seems to be like sexual masochism, and it's not like, I don't know, the movie doesn't really like give you a real like guidebook to follow, I guess would be a good way to put it. Like, it doesn't lay things out for you neat and clean. And this was a problem in a lot of the criticisms that I read of the movie, was that people didn't like it because even though it stands up well as like a piece of art, they didn't like that there was no why to it. And I don't really know why you need a why when you're making a movie or any piece of art. Why can't you just make something and it is what it is? It's obviously a very personal story from Todd Haynes, who explored these same themes in his later movies. But here they're very raw and unrefined, which I think actually works really well because these are very intense subjects, and I think having that raw edge works really well. But I can see why people who need a super linear, which I still think this is a pretty fairly linear movie, and so does Haynes based on the commentary track. But I can understand why people would want like something that was neat and tidy and has a bow tied on it. But if you need that kind of movie, this probably isn't the best one for you. But I do really think it's a really interesting movie. It's dark, it's creative, it's very strange, it's almost surreal at times. It's hard to widely recommend it because it is such a strange experience, and it's very polarizing if you look at the reviews for the movie. But I think it's definitely one that if you have an interest in film, especially if you have an interest in like sexual expression in film, you should check out Poison. I actually watched this through the digital service, so I don't have a copy of the DVD. But from what I remember of the old, there's a really old DVD that had an audio commentary track on it. I'm assuming that's on the new Zeitgeist anniversary edition, and it was a really good track. I haven't listened to it in a long time though, so it could just be my memory playing tricks on me. But the movie itself, like I said, it's very strange. It's very polarizing. I can see both sides, why people would like it and why they wouldn't like it. I thought it was a really interesting and definitely unique movie, and for me, that's often enough. And I think it's really well made, and it's just some really odd stuff that's explored. But again, it's going to definitely offend some people and confuse some people, but I think that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's my review of Poison. I hope you liked it. If you do, you can read a full write-up of the movie on my website, markfusion.com, as well as over 1,000 reviews for other movies, TV shows, games, all that kind of stuff. There's also hundreds of other movie reviews in my YouTube channel here, like hundreds and hundreds of them. So you can check out some of those as well. None like Poison, because unfortunately there's not a lot of movies like Poison. But I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at MarkFusion if you want to follow me in any of those places. You can go to Patreon and get exclusive content for $5 a month, get exclusive videos, all that kind of stuff. Help me buy DVDs and Blu-rays to review. You can also follow me on Letterboxd if you want to see what might be coming up. I post about what I'm watching there before I actually make the video, so you can get an idea of what might be popping up on the channel soon. But the best thing you can do is just subscribe, especially with YouTube and their constant, shaking the small channels up and making us jump through all these different hoops just to try to stay monetized is ridiculous. But a sub is more important than ever. It's a way to directly support me, free and easy. If you hate my channel, that's okay too. I'll take a hate sub. I don't mind. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Sorry if I'm kind of rambling. It's early in the morning and I'm still tired. So thank you for watching this video, though. I do sincerely appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.